Primetime Sports Advisors keeps an absolute amazing week going. Basher has a big day. The Natural Ace is having an amazing week. And Win on Dimes has a winning day. Getting crushed by snow actually had a night off. All that and more. Well, yeah, party help. We're going to start next. February 5th, Friday Night Report. How is everybody doing? Good. I got a constructive email, and I love to get these every once in a while. Actually, I love to get emails all the time. Always try and read them, or at least try and respond to them. I said, hey, do yourself a favor. Look at the camera more. This way you do a little show prep work. Iron your curtains. And there was something else in there, too. I'd love to iron the curtains that I just got because now brown matches the whole basement area that I'm in because it's a finished basement. I don't own an iron. And looking at the camera would be a great thing to do, but I have a bad habit of looking away. So we need a teleprompter up to read all this stuff because there's always so much to go over. I could just put this here. And then, yes, a lot of people have said, get the microphone out of your face. Well, this microphone, you have to talk right into it. It's a Heil PR40. The reason I went with this mic versus the condenser mics is this one sounds a lot better, but you got to be close to it. It's more of a radio design mic. I'm going to start going back to more podcasts because we got more downloads from that than watching the videos. We still get video watches. Don't get me wrong. Still quite a few people every day watch. Why, I'm not totally sure. But the podcasts always seem to work, at least if you do weekly wrap-ups and those kind of things. Nonetheless, we are getting pounded with snow. I had the night off. And I could have tomorrow off. I mean, even bring out the chat room tomorrow night if that's the case, or at least Sunday before the Super Bowl. Do like a prop bet special or something along those lines. But we'll do this video report in the old school style. We'll just go over everybody who played stuff for the day. Fade system, a little bit of a profit. Primetime Sports Advisors continues to roll. So they went 1-0. They had the Atlanta Hawks on the day, and that's going to get us 15. Mick from Top Shelf Chicago, things did not work out the way he planned. That's going to cost us 10. However, it puts us up 5, so we'll take the 5, 1 in 1 day, plus $5. It'll put us up 70 on the week. Basher, of course, text messaged me that he went 2-0 and played, 200 dime max releases, and I told you that was the reason I was staying off of that. I can't afford to do what I did before with the bankroll in that case because we don't have the kind of big super gambling bankrolls that a lot of these guys have. And we can't afford to do it, and I wasn't going to take that chance because I want money to play with the Super Bowl. And hopefully we'll have $100 to play with. That still doesn't count our original 100 that we put into it. And I want to play some prop bets and do some kind of fun things. So that's why who we choose and what we choose. We'll go over Fade System plays tonight after it's all over. Avanti Sports Wagering. Having a little bit of a struggle this week. They're going to go 0-1 and give back 55 dimes. Badger took the day off. Like I said, Badger went 2-0 plus 210 dimes. College Better took the day off. Joker's Wild took the day off. Pete James of Parlay Pete Sports had the Orlando Magic, and they were minus 12, and they just did not get it done. Pain Insider took the day off. Primetime Sports Advisors, Atlanta Hawks, 1-0, add 15 units to the bankroll. These guys are just continuing to roll this week, well on their way to winner of the week. And I had said in the video last night, one handicapper's going one way. I was referring to them. This one's going the other. 0-2 on the day, and they are going to give back 192.5 dimes. Natural Ace also had the Atlanta Hawks, and that will add 20 dimes to his bankroll. This week's winners had the Lakers game going under that total. Number actually dropped a little bit, and then for whatever reason, Denver's playing phenomenal without Carmelo in there as they upset the Lakers, and that was just a shooting fest. Told you about Mick from Top Shelf Chicago. Still waiting to hear some feedback from the chat room. He had the Chicago Blackhawks on the puck line. They actually lost the game, but that's only going to cost them 10. And went on dimes. Had an NBA play, Detroit and Indy going under. believe it was under the 200, and that's going to get him 15 dimes. So the NCAA chart is underneath me, as well as our regular chart, who we're going to ride and who we're going to fade. Well, we're going to stick to what's working, and we're going to stick to Prime Time Sports Advisors, PSA wins. And right now, that would put him 10-1 on the week plus 158.5 units. Now, as long as he plays 3 games or less tomorrow, whatever he puts out, we're going to play. And if it goes over, we're not touching it, and we'll keep what we have, and we'll just run our bankroll at that. Pretty smart guys over there, and they're having a hell of a week, and I don't think they're going to release a ton. Just keep in mind tomorrow, there is over 100 NCAA games. There is well over 100 of them, so a lot of guys might load up. We're going to see. I don't want to deal with anybody who loads up right now. Saturday's been the big day. College bettors having a nice week. I haven't had plays from anybody yet. We may do some chat rooms tomorrow. If I do, I'll get the chat room open. It'll be at some point tomorrow night. If you're on the East Coast, you're snowed to frig in, unless you're down in Miami where the Super Bowl is. We've probably gotten 10 inches by now, and from what I've watched, the worst part of the storm has not even come yet. And at that point, somewhere around 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, for about a 3-hour period, we could get close to 3 inches an hour. Haven't seen this much snow since 96. So it's interesting. But like I said, we are going to stick with Primetime Sports Advisors tomorrow. Under 3 plays, we are riding all those plays, and that will be our Super Bowl budget. Hopefully he keeps rolling along, and then we will go from there. So that is our one and only fade system play. We are plus $70 right now. Maybe he'll put out 1 or 2 15-unit plays, and we could get into that where we wanted to be. Well, I wanted to be a little higher, but I'll take $100 to play with the Super Bowl. Maybe do 3 $10 prop bets, and then we'll figure out who we're going to ride and who we're going to fade for an over-under total and that kind of thing. I do have some plays from some of the cappers early. I'm not going to get into who or what because that wouldn't be fair to those guys. So, pounded with snow. Absolutely pounded with snow. Getting crushed. Did you notice, I don't know if it means anything or not. We've already received one cease and desist letter. We talked about it before. Most of the guys who emailed me, John at parlayhelp.com is my email, know who it was. If you notice on Brandon, there's certain videos I just try and watch at least a little bit of every day. All of a sudden, Brandon Lang's videos, I guess because he's got a TV show coming out. I think it's on the Travel Channel. I think it starts next week. All of a sudden, it says Brandon Lang, open paren, TM, close paren. I wonder if he got the name trademarked. And that would mean we really couldn't be saying that anymore. Not sure. A little tongue-in-cheek. I don't know. Not really sure what all that is about. Going to get back to some more podcasts. It's going to start real soon. Football season's almost over. At some point, we will get up the NBA chart. For the most part now, college basketball seems to be where it's at, where most of the plays are. Well, hopefully you are not on the upper East Coast and getting pounded with this snow. If you are, stay warm. Keep your email boxes open. We may crank up the chat tomorrow depending on what happens. We'll see how much snow we get. Definitely thinking about doing it before the Super Bowl. A lot of that's going to depend on what happens tomorrow night. I had a feeling if we get as much as they're predicting, I'm going to be off, which means a full video port will be tomorrow night, and then we'll announce chat rooms and that kind of thing. So we're kind of up in the air. We'll see what all the weather forecasters know. See everybody tomorrow night, more than likely, with a video report.